PSG leading the break. Gomes looking for the overlap. Alba inside. It's Messi!
Outside, it plays it inside. Great tackle, but oh, he's finished off by Jenny. It's a run from him, but it's Messi. It's Iniesta!
Hello community, welcome back to another Barcelona match review. Barcelona drew against Girona 0-0. Well, that was unfortunate. We had a chance to go 15 points up top of La Liga over Real Madrid, and unfortunately we dropped points as well, just like Madrid. Even though this is not the worst case, our loss would be the worst case, but the thing is that in this match there were some things which were lacking, and unfortunately, Xavi did not implement on it. He did not find a solution for it. And he did somewhat, but of course, I'll talk about more in the video. It is just unfortunate that this was a winnable match. We just couldn't do it. We just failed to do it. We had a couple of opportunities and stuff, which I will talk about in this video. So let's just get into the video. Let's get into the match review. And let's begin with the starting 11. Ter Stegen in goal, our backline Balde, Eric Garcia, Araujo, Koundé. Midfield 3, Gavi, Busquets, Roberto, and our front 3, Fati on the left, Rafinha on the right, and Lewandowski up top. So we went with 4-3-3, Eric Garcia centre back, and Roberto came into the midfield with Fati on the left wing, and no Ferran Torres, which many people speculated. It was Rafinha on the right. Now talking about that first half, and that first half was all right from Barcelona, not the best, not the worst. It was just kind of back and forth between Barcelona and Girona in the early first half. Girona were kind of pressuring us, and at the same while they were struggling defensively from Barcelona. But then around as the match went on and on, Girona started going low block. And because of that, there was no movements, very static movements were there from our front line, which was causing problems in terms of creating danger. It started creating later on though, as I would say maybe around the 38th minute or something, we started seeing some runs behind from Rafinha, where like Busquets was handling some passes towards him, and he had some opportunities over there. There was one, I think, where Busquets gave like a long ball towards Rafinha, who made a run, and then he caught the ball, he controlled the ball and then hit with his left foot. It got blocked by, of course, the Girona keeper. And then there was one very close chance from corner in which Araujo got his head in. And I thought that was a goal. I definitely thought that was a goal. Most of the majority part of the ball seemed inside, but apparently La Liga doesn't have goal line technology, which is very weird. Like, I'm just quite surprised. Like, we had to go with VAR. Of course, VAR just, didn't give that goal. It definitely seemed like a goal though. And there was no goal line technology. And of course, who was the referee? Mateo Lahoz. So you would expect that not to be a goal. But other than that, first half was pretty meh from Barcelona. One mistake that Xavi repeated from the previous match was he used Rafinha as a wide winger again. Now I get it, yes, Koundé was not overlapping, so of course Xavi wants that width. But the thing is, when you are using Rafinha, you might as well use him on his best. You might as well make him invert at least, because god damn, he cannot play well as a wide winger. He's very wasteful over there. He won't be able to give crosses and stuff, and pretty much in the first half, he wasn't doing any shit. Like, he was getting runs in behind and stuff, but then, link-ups with Lewandowski that, we saw in the 2-1 win against El Clasico. That Clasico match, the League Clasico match was pretty much, I guess, eye-opener for us that, Rafinha can play more better as an inverted player. And we have seen that because he cannot dribble past. He always needs to cut with his left foot. It's very predictable for defenders. And just like that, he was wasteful. And I thought maybe he would use him inverted, have some connections with Lewandowski. But no, once again, he played wide and he was wasteful in that first half. And pretty much, yeah, man. Like, Gavi with his work rate did pretty well in retaining the ball. Busquets, some passes were sloppy, but then as the match grew, he started to become a bit more better. Second half, he did a much better performance. And Fati also was all right. He had some couple of key passes and stuff. But I think there was no connection in the front line, no movements, which was one of the biggest problems. Like in low blocks, you always need that movements, that chemistry, link ups. It's just not there. It wasn't there at all in the team. And it was just like, Balde from the left-hand side, making those one-on-ones, against Arnau Martinez and trying to give some cutbacks and stuff, crosses. But yeah, it just wasn't it. And Barcelona on defensive-wise wasn't really struggling that much. There was a little bit of good chances though from Girona, which came, I think, in the second half. There was some in the first half, but nothing too dangerous for Girona. Also for Girona in the first half. But yeah, it was meh, bro. Like, honestly, we weren't able to create much. It was just back and forth, and yeah, we couldn't do much anyways in the first half. So first half ends, score being 0-0. Now let's talk about the second half. And second half, well, there was a little bit dangerous chances for Girona. There was one through ball for the Girona striker where he was one-on-one against Stegen. He chipped over him, but he missed it. And Girona, fares to them, like, they did their best. Arnau Martinez having a makeshift role from right back to become a CDM, sometimes going high up top. Girona did their best against us. They started pressing and stuff. So we were already not having great link-ups, and our link-ups went more shit. And once again, no creativity whatsoever. Although I remember as we started the second half, there was a substitution where Kessié came for Roberto, because Roberto as well was not providing much, no creativity whatsoever. So Kessié came in just to have a little bit betterment in the midfield. And even though he did come in, again, it was pretty much bland. We were having a little bit better chances, I would say, as Rafinha started giving crosses. There were some very, very close chances for like Lewandowski, having some headers inside for, Gavi, and I think there was Ansu as well on the left-hand side. So there's a couple of chances being created with Rafinha giving some crosses and stuff. But it was, again, not really big chances. It was just chances. But of course, there was one substitution that Xavi bought, and that was kind of interesting, which kind of made the match a bit more better in terms of danger-wise for Barcelona. It was Jordi Alba in left wing. So 3 substitutions that Xavi bought was Ferran Torres instead of Ansu, I think. Then Jordi Alba came in, and then also Kessié, of course, did come in. So 3 substitutions were brought by Xavi, and Jordi Alba was a very interesting one because we saw some combinations between Jordi Alba and Balde, and I think Xavi just went on with crosses and inshallah, he just hoped that some cross would hit. But it's just like, again, crosses and inshallah does not work because it's like a very fluke thing, it's like a very luck thing. Like, one of the crosses will hit towards Lewandowski, and just God praise that he will, hit it in and stuff. There's a couple of crosses which got locked in. Like, there was one, free kick cross for Eric Garcia. I think it was in the second half early on and stuff. Then Lewandowski had some as Jordi Alba came in. There was some good cutbacks and stuff. But just brilliant defending from Girona. And Girona just did not allow any headers whatsoever for, of course, Lewandowski. It was like a 2v1 situation. So, pretty much it was ineffective. Then Ferran on the right hand side also started giving those crosses and stuff, and the crosses were, some of them were hitting as Jordi Alba came. He was giving some good danger threat in the left hand side. The probably very good ones after Rafinha, like Rafinha on the second half started giving more crosses. His crossing is good. It's not that bad. Like I said, there was one for Lewandowski who then passed it to Ansu, but then that was offside anyways. And there's a couple opportunities, Rafinha was going with his crosses. Alba, as he came on, he got that role and he was more advanced. So he was getting much more attacking freedom. So he was giving those crosses as well. Not really the best though, because it was just kind of bland, we weren't winning any headers. We were having some close chances from corners though. Towards the end, there was one where Ferran Torres gave a corner. Gavi headed in, but then Girona keeper did a very big save. And then just towards the end, a counter-attack from Barcelona. It was Araujo on the right-hand side giving the run, just outpaced the player. And then he gave a nice cut back to Lewandowski. And Lewandowski, in this, I do get it. It was a kind of tough situation. He went with the back heel, but I think he should have just shifted his body and comfortably shot it in towards the goal. He did not. and we unfortunately could not score. There were a couple of opportunities for Lewandowski, like, headers, and then this one especially. He could not capitalize on it. We could not finish it, and that's how the match ends 0-0. So, unfortunately, we had some chances coming in from Rafinha on the right hand side from second half with those crosses and stuff. As he got subbed off, Jordi Alba came in. He also started giving crosses, good ones, some good cutbacks and stuff. And of course, towards the end, there was a very big one with Araujo giving a cutback towards Lewandowski, but he could not finish it. So that's how the game ends, 0-0. It's just pretty bland. And of course, Xavi, some mistakes that he did in this match was, first of all, creativity aspect from midfield. Pablo Torre, what he has to do. What does the man have to do to have a chance in this team? He is sitting on the bench for no reason. He would have been a good solution for us, but he was just chilling in the bench. We needed creativity. We were crying for it, but nope. Xavi did not bring him in. And then one substitution, of course, which I'll give him props for, Xavi for, is Jordi Alba, because the idea was good, but the execution was wrong. Crosses and Inshallah is not going to work because you're going to have only Lewandowski as a threat. Nobody else is a threat in those crosses. So who are you crossing to? Like, you're literally having, you're basing yourself based on luck, like literally. And I do get it, like, this team, basically they were trying their best to break through the defense and stuff through passes and stuff, through the central areas. But because of low block Girona, it was kind of not working. But there was like a couple of opportunities though, where, some movement started coming in. I remember one more where Gavi gave a through ball to Lewandowski. Lewandowski was almost one-on-one, but then Girona defender came in, and then after that, he gave a slide tackle and just made the chance vain. And so Lewandowski had a couple of chances, but movements weren't there. The creativity from midfield wasn't there, and we went with the wrong tactic once again. So that's basically the match summed up for you. And I guess that's where I'll sign off, because I can't say anything much else. It was unfortunate. Although we did get a draw, good for that. But yeah, other than that, nothing much else. Some key players that I will give some shouts to. I guess Gavi for his work rate and that amazing through ball that he gave to Lewandowski for a good chance. Jordi Alba gave some good threat from the left-hand side. Rafinha turned on from the in the second half. He started giving more crosses, and that's where he shined more. Ferran Torres a little bit, I guess, he did something, not the worst, not the bad. Araujo defensive wise, as well as that impressive cutback that he gave. Busquets as well, to be honest, because he was recovering the ball, and then in terms of controlling the tempo, switching up to the flanks. Him and Eric Garcia as well did pretty good in that. Balde as well. Balde tried his best, do those one-on-one takedowns and stuff. So yeah, that's some couple of shouts over there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Forza Barça.